Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So, for this first video of ours, we have a Mazda MX-5, which is literally falling apart. So, we've got two rear arches that need doing, but for this video, I'm going to mainly focus on the rear left arch. But I'm going to show you here the damage on both sides and to the rear bumper, as you can see right there. And then the damage to the left side is what I'll be mainly focusing on for the video, instead of jumping from side to side. So we bought this car, it's unrecorded, they're very, very popular, and we think we got a great deal, so we thought let's go and give it a shot. So as you can see, the car is literally falling apart. We were sanding and it just kept crumbling and crumbling. So we had to at one point think, okay, well, what do we do? Do we keep going or have to replace the whole panel? Because then that would be pointless in terms of profit wise. You know, we're in it to make some money. And in order for that, we need to do a very quick repair, and at a very good price. So as you can see, there's holes there. This side was absolutely horrendous. I could have kept going, I really could have, but I stopped there. So after using the angle grinder, we used the 80 grit sandpaper on a sanding machine, with a sanding machine, sorry, and we just wanted to get rid of all the rust, really. It was quite a difficult one because it did keep wanting to keep flaking off, and budget wise I can't replace the whole panel, so we've had to, unfortunately, work with what we've got. As you can see in the video, look at that. Absolutely horrendous, isn't it? So as you can see, my work here is just standing back, bare minimum. So that was the right side. I didn't expect it to be as bad as this. And then we have the left side. Can't really see too well in that photo video. There we go. So as you can see, it is horrendous. But hey, let's give it a shot. So next up, we will be mixing some filler to apply to the bodywork, and what we are going to be doing is building kind of a bridge. So like you kind of slowly layer it and then slowly bring the filler over the holes that you want to repair. But before that, you need to kind of, what I do is we press in the metalwork ever so slightly so there's room for the filler to to sit on, and then from there you can sand and sculpt and shape it how you see fit. So here we're mixing the filler that we have. Didn't have an onion board, we got one later on, but so this is the left side. Yeah. So this is Lewis applying some filler work, but I took over this side shortly after because I wanted to use it for this video. So Lewis did the right side instead. Lewis is learning how I like to do things. Granted, it's not perfect, but we're in it to make money, and with that, we need to be as cheap as possible everywhere. If I was to replace that whole panel, my goodness, there'd be no money in it. There'd be no point. So, okay, so we're applying the filler. As you can see, I'm trying to sculpt around. Here we go. I'm trying to sculpt it nice and smoothly to get the contour, and then we dry with the air dryer. Just so you know, guys, we're new, so if I'm talking too much, do let me know. Do I do more voiceovers, or do I show myself more in the video and talk? What do you guys reckon? Can you let us know in the comments? Because that would be highly appreciative. Just don't be mean to me. So, okay, so for the swage line, which is like the line that you see on the edge of the arch, we use electrical tape. We use that as a guide. So when you're sanding down like this with the lump block, it will create a nice straight line. So once I pull this off now, can you see the nice line? So that's a little trick if you're trying to do a home DIY. I would recommend using the tape method. You can also use a pen, where you can either use your hand, or you can use a proper equipment where you can actually draw the line where you want the swage line to be. But I prefer using the tape way. I've tried and errored with pen and tape, and I do prefer the tape way, to be fair with you. But it has to be electrical tape, because if you try using masking tape will just split as you're trying to stretch it around. So, okay, so we've put the electrical tape on the top, so we've done that. So we can create a nice layer of filler on the outer side of the arch, and this will create a nice flat surface. And then once we remove the tape away from this filler, it will create a nice swage line. So this bit now that we're doing, it is a little bit tedious, and it's very repetitive, because you just have to keep going over it, and you have to sand it, then you have to apply more, then you just keep repeating until you get to the desired outcome. As you can see in this video now, if you look literally in the center of the tire, but look up, you can see there's two little kind of gaps. On the day of doing this, I didn't notice that. So towards the end, you'll see that it's still there, but I did correct it the day after. So, and as you guys know, this is literally in the space of 4 hours. So it's not just this side, it's both sides, but for this video I just wanted to show the one side, and also the rear bumper. So cost wise and rotation wise, in terms of selling stock fast as possible, I think we did very well in terms of time. Can you see the nice swage line? And again more tape, and now this time I put it on the top once it's dried, and I sanded it. And now I noticed underneath it wasn't very straight, very smooth. So with the sander, I created a nice smooth surface underneath. I know in the video it doesn't seem like it, but it was fine. And I'm just because this is the first video, I'm just making sure I'm putting the correct clips in for you guys to see everything rather than see bits of it here and there. I'm trying to show like the whole process. So if you have a car that you like to give a go yourself, you can literally just mimic what I'm doing. Granted, it's not perfect, I know that, but I'm not here to be perfect, because perfection is just going to cost me a lot of money, and I'm going to be making the next owner very happy, and then my bank balance is going to be very sad, and I'm not here for that. You know, we have families, we need to look after them, so I like to do my repairs like this. As long as the customer is happy when they come and see the car, then that's what matters, and that it lasts for a short while for them too. As you can see now, I'm just creating a nice edge, sorry. And then what I do is allow this to dry, and then from there I use the hand block, sanding block, and I will sand that nicely to ensure a smooth surface. And again, this time I put the tape on the actual flat part on the outer surface of the arch, and that's creating a swage line on the top part now. So I allow that to dry again. As you can see, the two bits that I mentioned earlier, for some reason I didn't notice that as I was doing the repair, but I did get that sorted after, which I'll show you towards the end of the video. So, in terms of our cars that we've got, we've just literally started doing this, so we're new, okay? So go easy on us, but we get our cars from Copart, and the cars that we aim to get are unrecorded, with damage like this. We do have another 2 cars which I'll put videos most likely of those 2. We have an Audi TT, and we also have a Seat Ibiza. Those require a bumper, bonnet, wing, lights, so they're slightly bigger damage than this car, but I wanted to get them to start creating content and try and show step by step, literally try and like hold your hand throughout the whole process so you can literally view it yourself. That's why it's taken a while for me to show you the video in terms of getting the work done. It's because I'm trying to show you literally every single step. I could just skip it and show you this, then this, then this, and then boom, done. But we'd have a 5-minute video, so I don't want that. I want to show you the struggles of maybe getting the arch nice and smooth underneath. Look, see, I'm messing with it now, and I've noticed it's not very smooth, and I'm just thinking, okay, what do I need to do? And it was getting fairly late. Yeah, see, look, I've noticed. I didn't realise until now. And because it was getting fairly late in the day, it was getting a bit damp, which is fine. We can work in the damp. It's not too much of a problem. But as long as we prime it towards the end of the day, ready for the next day, leaving the car outside is okay. It's fine. We just have to prime it because we don't want the filler absorbing the moisture. So, right, I'm drying the filler because it was getting slightly damp, so I wanted to just dry the filler ever so slightly before applying the primer. As you can tell now, I'm adding the primer. This in no way, shape or form is the finished article. This is literally just so we can come back to it the day after. So this is probably about 3 hours in. As you can see in the top corner, that's what it looked like. So I think from that to what it is now on the video, there's a huge difference. And I also noticed where I'm pointing now, there was a slight dip where I didn't blend the filler into the bodywork smooth enough so you can kind of see like an indentation almost. And underneath here, I'm trying to point, I'm pointing backwards in the camera so my finger would go everywhere. So I've notified the 2 bits underneath, slight indentation, and those I came back to the next day. So this is about 3 hours in, which I think, considering we got the car, got straight onto it, smashed it out, get it listed, get it gone, get the next car in. So if we can do turnover, we've got myself on the left, Dan, and then that's Lewis on the right. So hopefully we're gonna keep up these videos, and we'll also speak more one-on-one with the camera in the future, and we'll slowly get used to doing YouTube videos for you guys. So here is day 2, and I say day 2, I literally came back the following morning because I was quite frustrated to get that on missing bits underneath. And I also noticed the flat edge, it's slightly dipped in, so I don't know whether the filler shrunk overnight or I just didn't notice that it was slightly dipped during the process of adding the filler and sanding it. So using the lump block, this is to ensure the outer arch is nice and flat. There's no indentations, there's no sunken spots, there's no crowns, nothing like that. So as you can see, it's nice and smooth. And then what am I doing here? I think I'm preparing it ready for the primer. But yeah, so I added more filler, shaped it a bit better, and now this is just the edge of the arch where it ends, where it finishes, and I'm just trying to make it smoother. And just so you know, this is nowhere near done yet. I'll still need to add more filler work and also a finesse filler, which is a micro filler where you have little pit holes from the normal from the normal filler, you get little pit holes. So to get rid of those pit holes, you use micro filler, and it's grey in colour, and it's a 1K filler. The filler that we've just been using throughout the video, that's a 2K filler. So you add hardener to the filler, mix it, and voila, you got your 2K filler. But the finesse filler is a 1K filler, which means it's not hardened. It's simply, we use it simply just to fill the little gaps in the filler work and refine our work. So I'm just trying to get a nice edge here. I do think I'm going to have to come back and do the edge again because I wasn't quite happy with it. But when I go back, at some point today or tomorrow, I'll go over it again and I'll see if it's required. And then you can see a bit in the middle, just underneath the arch. There's a little bit of like a little lip, can you see in the centre, like just where I'm standing now? That needs to be rectified, so I need to do that. And I need to make the underside of the arch a bit smoother. Again, this project was simply to get it in, get it out as fast as possible, and make a decent profit so we can get the next car. I'm no perfectionist, so you can love me or hate me, but I'm just like an ordinary guy doing ordinary work for a ordinary living. So this protection now is just so it's weatherproof until we get back to the car to finish it off. But I think in the space of about 4.5 hours now we're out. So you got 1 to 4.5 hours, and the next video will be like 4.5 hours to maybe we'll probably work on it for another 5 hours, see how we get on. And the next clip now in a photo of how it was, and as you can see, it was absolutely horrendous, and then this is how it is now. So I think in the space of 4 hours and a half, going from this, I think it's fantastic to go into this. You know, there is a little bit at the bottom left of the arch I need to rectify as well. Again, from this to this, I personally, in the space of 4 hours, I'm a very happy man. So, yeah, guys, let us know what you think in the comments. Like and share, subscribe, and please support us. We're new, be kind to us, and we look forward to seeing you soon. So, goodbye for now, Daniel and Lewis. Bye-bye.